I'm Chrissy, your Chief Mom Ambassador here at Moms Meet, and today we're going to be talking all things back to school shopping. We are so excited to be joined by Madison Moger, a mom of two and a buyer on the kids product development team at Zulily. Madison manages and develops one of the most popular kids apparel brands on Zulily. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, well, before we jump in, we just want to share a little bit more about Moms Meet. Moms Meet is an online community for caregivers, moms, dads, grandparents, really anyone looking to have better for you products for their family and try them. You can become a mom ambassador for free and sample free products. So head on over to momsmeet.com to sign up today. So this event is brought to you by Zulily, an amazing online retailer who offers clothing, shoes, family finds, home decor, and so much more at affordable prices. With daily deals on top national brands, including Adidas, Crayola, Hydro Flask, Levi's, and more, plus unique items that you can't find anywhere else. Zulily's back to school shop is uniquely curated to meet everyone's family needs. So today, I know y'all love some good giveaways. So how to win. So today, Zulily is giving out a great prize just in time for back to school shopping. Two lucky winners will get a $100 Zulily gift card. So make sure you're commenting, responding, letting us know you're here. And for our moms that are tuning in, I want to know, what is your favorite part of back to school shopping for your kids? Is it something that you love to do, or do you dread this kind of, this time of year? For me personally, it's a love-hate relationship. I love buying like the fun new gear, but it can be pretty stressful at times too. So we want to hear from you. Make sure you're commenting, liking, and sharing the video for your chance to win. As always, we will announce the winners on Monday. So let's jump into our conversation, Madison. As moms, back to school shopping can be stressful. I know you have a few, two little ones at home.
Yep.
And you also working at Zulily, I'm sure you get all the behind the scenes, action. But I have three kids. So this time of year is a little crazy for me. Now I have two kids in the elementary school age. So I'm really like buying the gear this year. And each of my kids has their own style too.
Mhm.
Like one might like something and the other might not. So I want to be supportive and choose things that help them express themselves too. So constantly growing kids needing basically entirely new wardrobes, like every season or every few months, really
Weeks.
yeah, it is right. Yeah, finding affordable but also well-made clothes can be a struggle too. So that's why I felt, as I was going through, Zulily and ordering things, I felt like it was a really great option for this. So, I know moms are a super important part of Zulily. So what have you guys done to make shopping during one of the busiest times of year easier for them?
Yeah, so moms are the core of our business. They're our core customer. We want to do everything to serve mom. So to help make this really crazy, hectic time of year easier, we launched our annual back to school shop. It launched on July 5th, and it has everything, truly everything that you could need, things you didn't even know you needed, available at everyday values. We have daily deals, like you mentioned, and it's all in one convenient shop. So it's one stop shopping, which we all love.
Yeah, for sure. That's so funny you say that about not even knowing that you need it, because I was, like searching on the site and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And I totally ordered it because I was like, this would be so great and helpful too, right? Anything that can help make life easier, especially as we enter that fall, back to school, everything gets crazier season. It's great. So what would you say you're doing to help families prepare for back to school?
Yeah, so to help families prepare for back to school, the back to school shop does really have everything that you can need, but really it's at these amazing price points. We all know inflation is on the rise, so this is really a great way to outsmart inflation, get everything that you need while sticking to your budget, which is really important for families. So that's one of the ways that we've just like really want to make everyone feel prepared. They have everything they need, but they didn't break the bank.
Yeah, for sure. And especially if you have, like in my case, multiple kids going back to school and you have to buy, two or three sets of shoes or pants or clothing or, and then you think of all the winter gear and then, not even the school supplies. So that was actually something that I loved because, originally when I first thought of Zulily, I was like, oh, it's clothing, shoes, things like that. But
Mhm.
can you tell us a little bit more about, the actual back to school shop, what it includes? Because I was definitely finding things in there where I was like, oh my gosh, I would never think to find that in Zulily.
Oh yeah. It has everything from apparel, footwear, backpacks, lunch bags, anything that you could possibly need for lunchtime and feeding. And then one thing that I love that Zulily has is we have learning resources and books. And that's something that, now my son, he's going into his third year of preschool. So he is starting to learn more and sort of like the subjects and things like that and what he's interested in. So like grabbing those learning resources and a bunch of books that he can dive into. That's something that has been really fun shopping for this year on the shop.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember seeing those tools and then
Mhm.
also like the organizational pieces too. Like I love a good
Favorite.
planner or like a good
Yeah.
pencil holder, right? Like
Yeah.
I loved that because again, like to your point, it was a really great one-stop shop where I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this would be really helpful for me as a mom to stay organized, or this would be really helpful for my kids to get excited about that back to school time too. Like I had my kids with me looking on the website to get them excited too, because they're
Yeah.
having like the summer of their lives right now. And they're like, I don't want to go back to school. But they were
Right.
so excited once they were able to kind of peruse the website and see the different things. And they were able to pick things out too. So I loved that.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know how long has the back to school shop? I know it just launched, but like
Yeah.
have you guys just started doing that or has that been around for a while?
It's annual, so we launch it every year. So it's always there for during the back to school shopping time. But I mean, it's going to end on 9/12 on September 12th, but that's just when the shop is going to end. These are products that we have available on our site year round. So you're going to need to replenish,
Yeah.
like you were saying.
Yeah.
This is something that we have to deal with year round, truly. And you're going to need backups, one for home, one for school. So these are things that are available year round on Zulily.com and on the app. So just because the shop goes away doesn't mean that we can't provide those things for you.
Yeah, right. So the back to school shop is because I know Zulily has, and one of the things I was going to talk about that I
Yeah.
really liked was like all the categories, right? So the back to school shop would really be one of those categories, but the items in it are available year round. Basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it really just curates it for you all in one convenient shop. So, that's one of the great things about it. You don't have to kick
Yeah.
around too much.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I know I'm like a type A. I procrastinate.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, it's only August. So my kids don't go back to school until the day after Labor Day. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I still have some time. But I know like last year I ran into I think I started my back to school shopping like the week before and everything was picked over and I was like, oh no. So for moms that are like me that don't think ahead, why is it important for moms to start, focusing on back to school now? You said you launched it early July. So
Mhm.
what's the purpose or benefit of that?
Yeah, so totally. Last year, I feel like the hot issue was that things were stuck on containers and they weren't on the shelf. So there was like the supply chain issue. This year, the hot topic is inflation. Like inflation is on the rise. We're seeing it across the country. So shopping early really is the best way to maximize your savings. So that's one reason. The other reason, and I'm the opposite, I am a planner to my core. I love to plan ahead. So Zulily actually did a study called Brain of the Planner, which I loved. It just validated everything that I do. But it found that those who plan ahead and shop early and get it done truly have less stress.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? And they are able to really relax, socialize, just like spend more time with your family, enjoy your summer. It's going to go by fast. So shop now. Don't worry about it for the rest of the summer, and you'll be totally prepared.
Yes, I totally feel you on that. So it's funny, every year I keep seeing like these back to school ads and I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I need to do that. I actually I already ordered all of my kids' stuff, like all the supplies, and I'm feeling much
Yeah.
calmer. So
Yeah. A weight
it's
is
definitely important.
lifted.
Yeah. Well, so I know you at Zulily, you work closely with brands. You manage some of the brands, and can you tell us a little bit about what you do, and then also personally, what styles your kids are most excited about too?
Yeah, absolutely. So my role at Zulily is I work on the kids product development team. So what we do is we develop brands that are Zulily exclusive. So that's one of the things that's really unique about Zulily. We have these exclusive brands that we're honestly creating to serve mom something that she's not getting elsewhere. So we identify what mom's missing, what she wants, and we provide more of it. So I work with a brand called Millie Loves Lily. It's an awesome brand. It's one of our top brands for kids on the site. Definitely check it out. Really comfortable, great back to school clothes. And then something that my kids are really excited about, like you were saying, I want to get them hyped up. My son is going into his 3rd year of preschool, so I let him pick out his backpack with whatever his current favorite is. It changes definitely annually. Right now, it's just like cars, anything cars, race cars.
Yeah.
He has to have it. So we searched the site together, found a cool car backpack for him. So he's really excited about that. And then my daughter, I was telling you, she's not in preschool yet. She's only 1.5 years, but she wants to be just like her brother. So yeah, it's so cute. So we did go and find one of her favorite character items. There's a lot of character items on the site if your kids are into that. So found something for her and like filled it up with some books so she feels like, she's off to school too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed one of the things I'll talk through was a reusable snack bag, but I noticed there was like a ton of Harry Potter themed snack and like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, which was really cool. So I know
honestly, all the good characters are on there. Check it out.
Yeah, for sure. So how many brands do you kind of work with or create?
Yeah, so I work with 5 different brands personally, but Zulily works with over 15,000 brands.
Oh, wow.
So we have these small business, we have family-owned small business brands, which is really great to support, and like these boutique brands that you're not going to find anywhere else. But then we also have those household name brands like Adidas, Lego, Levi, Birkenstock is one of my favorites that we have on the site now. So, and then we have the Zulily exclusive brands that you definitely can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, that was one thing I love too, is noticing it's a good mix of like organic brand, not really organic, but like organic, like Zulily branded names, and then also like names like Adidas and things like that. And Puma, I think I saw a lot of. So you're feeling familiar when you go there, but then also you're exploring the other different brands, which is really great too.
Exactly.
So we talked a little bit about your style of preparing for the new school year, but leading up to like your son going back to preschool, do you hype him up? Do you get him really excited? Is he already excited, or do you have to like plant that seed early?
He loves preschool, and I think it's because he gets undivided attention all day, from his friends. He gets to go outside and play. He gets to get messy. So, I mean, I want him to feel like really excited to go to school with his favorite things that he can share with his friends, but he's definitely a school lover right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my son is going into 4th grade, so he knows like what school is now. He's like, I don't want to have to do homework again. I think he's most excited to find out like which friends are in his class. But my daughter is starting kindergarten in the fall, so everything's brand new to her. I think she's most excited to ride the school bus, honestly. But but she, she'll be in the same school as her brother, so she's super excited about that. But I know like with them, so I don't have to get her as excited as I do with him. But what would you say are like your top back to school must-haves? I know for me, it's like the backpack and some like crisp, good shoes, because they go bad pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, so I have 2 must-haves. One is like a general, you just need the preschool wardrobe, right? I just like want a separate preschool wardrobe that I know is probably going to get totally ruined, honestly, and nothing too precious, comfortable, don't have to worry about it. So definitely on this site, we have great things like 3 packs of pants, 3 packs of shirts that I can just like stock up on, not worry about it. It's okay if it gets left at school. And then my other must-have are those Bent Go lunch boxes, which, I think you might have picked up. But I actually just stocked up on the site yesterday because there's an event that's live on the back to school shop. But a hot tip I learned is that you can buy multiple inserts for them, and then you can meal prep like 2-3 lunches ahead of time. And then all you do is like click it in the morning and you're good to go. Yeah. So that was something that someone shared with me, and I was like, that's genius.
Yeah.
So I got a few new cute styles that they had, like a rainbow and
Yeah.
outer space and stuff like that. So definitely that's my must have.
Yeah, that's a really good tip, and I'll definitely talk through the things that I purchased, and that was one of them. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad you brought that up. So
Yeah.
now I'll
Good
steal that
choice.
idea. So what would you say sets Zulily apart from other online clothing retailers?
Yeah, there's two main things that really set Zulily apart. The first one is the amount of new that we have on the site on a daily basis. So really every single day you can go on and there are going to be thousands of new products, which is like the equivalent of a brick and mortar store, having a new store every single day.
Yeah.
So that's really cool and unique. I mean, it's really unbelievable actually. And then the second thing is that we offer a personalized shopping experience. So I don't know if many people know this, but every day we send out millions of versions of our app or our homepage to our customers because we personalize it to their shopping needs. So like Chrissy, if you're like always shopping for kitchen organization, let's say, so that's like what you're always clicking into, that's what you want to see. When you come to the website every day, that's what we're going to put at the top of your page to make sure that you don't miss out on any good deals for kitchen organization. Whereas like I might always click into shoe events, and so they're going to show me the best shoe deals at the top of my page. So it's like your very own personalized boutique.
I love that. I had no idea. Every time I was like, man, they're so good about showing me all this back to school stuff.
Yeah, we're on to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
How long does it take to get that personalization? Like if you start ordering like once or twice or kind of immediate?
Yeah, I think it's pretty quick, honestly. I think just whatever you're going to go in there and click through, it could be pretty much immediately once you're a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that. I love that little factoid there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the shipping process too.
Yep.
I know I had a little insight from your team before, I started purchasing things that I would love to share with our audience.
Mhm.
If you can tell us a little bit about the process and everything like that.
Sure. So the shipping is a little bit different. So when you place an order on the site, our brand partner will ship that item to our warehouse, and then we ship from our warehouse to you. So it does take a little bit longer, but it's one of the main reasons we're able to offer such great savings. So another good reason to shop early, definitely.
Yeah.
And then if you order on a day, you get free shipping for the rest of the day. So that's a great thing. You only have to pay shipping once per day. If you order something in the morning and then later on think of something else, you add it and you don't have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
And if you order something on a Friday, you get free shipping for the whole weekend. So that's awesome. And one thing that I really like about it is that we do our best to consolidate your orders. So it's actually really a little bit more environmentally friendly because we're using less boxes and less trips to your doorstep. And I personally love it because it just looks like one order. Nobody needs to know that there's 12 different orders that I placed in that box.
Yeah.
One. So it's great.
Oh yeah. My neighbors are constantly judging me for all the boxes I have on my front porch. So
I only need a delivery a week. Okay. I don't need it every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I love that too. I know, that tidbit about ordering the same in the same day. I also love, so I'm Eastern Standard Time, and it's nice because it's midnight Pacific Standard Time, right? So I have extra time too. I think I was like online at like 11:30 at night because, why not? Why not go on my tablet? And I was like, oh, I only have 30 more minutes. But then I was like, actually, I have a lot more time because it's Pacific Standard Time. So that was pretty cool. I really liked that. I got free shipping from that second order. So that was great. So I want to talk a little bit more about the background of Zulily. So I'd love to know if you're able to tell me a little bit more about that, the name of the company, and then also just how they started out.
Oh my gosh. I know I one time heard the founder say where the name came from, but I do not remember.
I totally put you on the spot.
Inside we call it the zoo. So, there's that. But it started in 2010 and it was launched to focus on moms, babies, and kids. But since then, we've evolved a lot. Mom has evolved, our customers evolved, so we've evolved along with her. And now we offer everything. We know she's not just shopping for her kids, she's also shopping for herself, of course, and her family and her home. So we have way more product assortment than we did at the start. And, we've kind of built this brand that millions of moms really know and trust. So, we're really happy that it's been such a success.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and speaking about the brands, I know you mentioned, how many brands did you say you guys have on your website?
15,000.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know there were like that many brands.
I know, in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's awesome. So it's nice because it gives people options, right? It doesn't just include them to one or two. And like I mentioned before, like Zulily has its own brands, and then also, you have the brands like Adidas and things like that. So you definitely get to pick and choose, which is nice.
Yeah.
So that's great. So if anyone's interested in checking out their back to school shop, be sure to head to zulily.com/jump/back to school and check out all the amazing brands and deals that they have. So I'm so excited. Zulily graciously gave me a credit on my account to be able to shop and experience the website and get the products that I needed for my kids for back to school. So I want to talk a little bit about what I ordered. It was like I couldn't. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And again, like I'm so glad that you talked about like finding things that you didn't even think you needed, because that kept happening to me. Like I found I'm obsessed with these reusable lunch bags. They're called bumpkins.
Love
And
them.
they're so easy to clean. My kids love them. And I like I kept thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, I need to order more of these, but I never did. And then I saw them pop up and I was like, I'm getting them. I'm getting them right now, because they're in the forefront of my mind. So I picked up those. I also did get the the Bento box, which
is the best.
So every school year, I always tell myself, I'm like, I'm going to get one of those lunch boxes. And I never end up doing it because there's so many different brands and I'm on options, and I'm like, it's overwhelmed. Well, I ended up ordering my daughter one a couple of months ago, and because I have to pack her lunch for camp, and she loved it. So she's 5. I loved it. I was like, this is so much fun. Like packing for my daughter, like I'm able to pack healthier things. I'm not packing. Like before, I was putting everything in a Ziploc plastic baggie, and it was so much waste, and I love it. She has fun with it. She tells me, what snacks she wants to pick out. So it's funny because my son is 9, and I was just like, he won't want this. Well, he saw me packing for my daughter one day, and he was like, can I have one of those? And I was like, oh, yes, you can, of course. So I got this book. He was like, I want it, but don't get me purple like Olivia. So I got him the blue one, which is great. But you said that they have a ton of different styles too.
Yeah, they have prints. They have a ton of colors. They're so cute.
So I was really excited for that. The other thing I got was, again, talking about like name brands. So they had this like Columbia, really nice, like fleece zip up jacket. So, and it's Penn State too. I know, Eleanor from our team is a big Penn State person, but I always struggle with like the in-between seasons of dressing my kids, right? I either like have them in shorts and short sleeves or like a winter coat. So this is perfect. It's like a little fleece back to school for the fall. So this is for my son. So it was like perfect. It's
so nice.
It's beautiful, great quality. Love that. And then I always, I was looking for some things for my daughter to wear on her first day of school. And oh my gosh, it was so hard to pick. And I loved the Millie Loves Lily brand too. Yeah. I ended up getting this cute dress from Adorable Sweetness, which is this one of your brands, the Zulily brands. So this is a cute little dress here that she's going to love. I got for her. So I'm really excited for her to try that on. And you said you work with that brand?
I don't work with that brand, but they have a great assortment on our site. Really.
Yeah, they had a lot of cute things.
Yeah.
And then the last thing too, that I have here today is, every year my son like hits a growth spurt with pants in the fall, and like they're like flood pants by the end of the season. So I had to buy a bunch this year. So and he refuses to wear jeans. Like, no, I don't think any kid wears jeans anymore. No. So I stocked up on the sweatpants. So I got him, just this like plain blue and yellow. Yeah. And that one is the High Five Crew.
High Five Crew. Yeah. So that's one of the brands my team works on. They have a ton of great like basics, comfortable basics like that.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited you got them.
Well, and one of the other things, you mentioned this briefly, but one of the other things that I loved too was the packs of 3. So one of the other outfits that I got for my daughter was like a set. It was pants, a short sleeve shirt, and a hoodie all in one. I don't have to worry about like matching them and making sure it's coordinated, because it's all coordinated together. That
Yep.
was great. I also ordered some, again, I'm like so proud of myself for being ahead of the game. I ordered some like boots for my daughter, for some fall boots, for her to wear, more hoodies and pants for the cold
Yeah.
weather. I bought like a 2 pack of pants for my daughter too, so that was great. And then I also have an 8-month-old baby, so obviously I'm not buying like back to school gear for her, but I did get some winter gear for her, so that was really helpful too. I like
Oh
again
yeah.
because usually I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot to get like a winter coat this year, and then they're all sold out. So I'm
Right.
ahead of the game. I'm feeling good about that. So that's just some of the stuff that I ended up getting, which I loved. But I
Yeah.
also want to talk a little bit about my experience too with
Mhm.
ordering and everything. I loved the app. I know you guys have a
Yeah.
really great app. It was really easy to use. It was great because you could see like constant updates on shipping as well,
Yep.
like how
Mhm.
quickly you were going to get the items, where it was in the process. So that was great. And I would constantly get emails too, like your order is arriving or your order was delivered. So I loved that. And then I also loved the experience with the shipping too. So getting free shipping, like I said, I would like go back because I was like, oh, I forgot this. And then I would go back and I would be able to get free shipping on it.
Yeah,
So
it's a little dangerous.
I know, I know.
In a good way.
It worked out for me.
Yeah.
The other thing I love too is the categories on your website are
Mhm.
really easy to navigate. So it was very clear. Like they had, because as a mom, like you're buying for everyone, even your husband or your
Right.
partner. So it's like men, women, shoes, like kids. It's super helpful. And then you have like you have your toy shop, a maternity shop, the
Yep.
back to school shop. So all the different shops that are applicable to, I loved. And
Yeah.
then also, like you said, it's while you have that back to school shop until September, like it's you open the stuff is available year round. So it's really
Yes.
great too. It doesn't just go away. So I love that. And then the last thing, sorry, I know I'm like being a chatterbox because I just loved it so
I
much.
love it. Tell us more.
The and the last thing I loved was the new today feature. Like every
Yeah.
time I would log on, it would show me, and now I know that it's like
It's
targeted
made for you. Yeah.
which is probably why I love it so much. But
Yes.
the new today feature was really cool because it was something different every time I, logged on. So it's like really fresh, new ideas for me to kind of pick and choose through. So I loved that too. So clearly, I am a Zulily fan.
Yay.
I would definitely encourage all of our moms to head over, check them out. Right now, the Zulily link that we have, you get 15% off when you check out as well using our link. So be sure to use that. And thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. Special
Yeah.
thank you to you, Madison. Thank you so much for sharing about Zulily and what you do. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah, this was so much fun. It was great to be with you guys and talk about it. I had such a blast.
Yeah, well, to our moms, remember to head over to zulily.com, check out all the amazing finds there. Definitely take advantage of that back to school shop that we talked about today. And remember to keep liking and sharing and commenting for your chance to win. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye.